Welcome to video number 3, in which we really start looking at our question, how do we use our knowledge, and how do we use that knowledge to find the area and perimeter of complex figures. Before we get to the complex figures, let's start with something that we know. Let's try and solve and figure out the area of this shape right here. And that's a poorly drawn triangle, but this is a right angle here. 4 centimeters and 4 centimeters. So our area is base times height divided by 2. 4 times 4 is 16 divided by 2, 8 square centimeters. Let's look at another shape right here. And this is a rectangle. And we have 6 centimeters and 4 centimeters. And let's figure out the area of that. 6 times 4 is going to give us 24. Now, this is a simple shape. This is a simple shape. Now, let's draw a complex figure, a complex shape. So what I'm going to do is just go here, go whoop, and then here, and like that. And put that right there. Now, if I fill out measurements, this is 4, this is 6, and this is 4. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what is the area of this complex figure? Well, if we use our brains, we know that the area of this right here, because this is a 4 by 4 triangle, is 8 square centimeters. And we know that the area of this rectangle, 6 by 4, is 24 square centimeters. Oops, I forgot to label that. I apologize. Hopefully you caught my error there. Now, to figure out the area of this complex figure here, what we're going to do is add the area of the triangle plus the area of the rectangle, and we are going to get, for a total area, that the area is equal to 32 square centimeters. So in essence, when we try and find the area of complex figures, what we're going to be doing is breaking a complex figure into 2 figures, or 3 or 4, depending upon how complex the figure is, and break it into different chunks that we can determine the area. So let's look at another example here. I'm going to draw and again, these sides aren't to scale, they're just more, I'm just drawing a shape right here. Oh, sorry, drawing with the stylus isn't always easy. So I'm just going to write, this is 1 centimeter here. This is 2 centimeters up here. This is 3 centimeters. This is 5 centimeters. So the question is, what is the perimeter of this shape? And then what is the area of this shape? Well, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to figure out the perimeter, which again is the distance we walk around. We know this side right here, this is 3. But do we know this side? Well, we know this is 2 and this is 1. So this side here has to be 3 centimeters. We know that this side now is 5 and this is 1. We don't know this side right here. Well, how do we figure this out? Well, this entire thing right here is 5 centimeters. This is 3, so this entire length here would have to be 5. So we know that this side right here is going to be 2 centimeters. Now, if we have all our measurements here, let's add them up. 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 5 is 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So our perimeter is 16 centimeters. Now, to figure out the area. Well, to figure out the area, what we're going to do is we're going to break it into 2 separate figures. We have one figure right here, and then we have our second figure right here. Now, this figure here is basically a square, 3 by 3. So we can figure out our area. Our area of this one is going to be 9 square centimeters. This one is a 2 by 1 rectangle. I should switch it to red. And its area is going to be 2 centimeters squared. Now if I add them together, 9 square centimeters plus 2 square centimeters, I'm going to get 11 square centimeters. Let's look at another example. And let's just draw this so we can, I won't draw that yet. But our measurements are 5 centimeters, 10 centimeters, 11 centimeters, and 8 centimeters. So the first thing we have to do is we have to make, we want our perimeter. So perimeter equals and area equals. Remember, perimeter is just walking around. We've got 5 plus 10 is 15, plus 11, 26, plus 8 would be 34. Okay, 34 centimeters. Now area is going to be a little bit more complex. Well, first thing we have to do, let's make two shapes. First one is going to be this triangle right here. Now, do we know the measure of our height right here? Well, yes we do, because it's right here. Now, how do we figure out our base? Well, we know that this, I'm going to use blue here, that this is 5 and this is 5. And if this total is 11, what's 11 minus 5? Well, that's going to be 6 centimeters. Does that make sense? The total is 11. We know that part of it is 5, so whatever left over is going to be our base. So now we're going to take base times height, 6 times 8, which is 48, and divide it by 2, and we're going to get 24 centimeters squared. And then here, we're going to take length times width, and we're going to get 40 centimeters squared, and add those together, 40 plus 24, you're going to get 64 centimeters squared. Now, I've got one more problem for you, and I'm going to just give you the problem, and then I want you to work on it and solve it, and then, yeah. So I'll give you the problem, I want you to pause the video, solve it, and then I'll give you the answers, and hopefully you get the answers correct. So here we go. So we have a trapezoid here, ladies and gentlemen, and we have 5 centimeters, 5 centimeters. This one is going to be 5 centimeters. And this is going to be 11 centimeters. And for good measure, because you're going to need this right here, this is, and I should have put that in red, this is 4 centimeters. And once again, we are going to want the perimeter and the area. Pause the video, solve it, and when you're done, press play, and I will give you the answer. Ladies and gentlemen, for our first response, perimeter, remember, it's the distance around a shape. 5 plus 5 plus 5 is 15 plus 11. So our perimeter is 26 centimeters. Our area, and to do this, it's going to be easy if we break it into triangle A, or triangle 1, triangle 2, and rectangle here. Let's figure out the rectangle, which is 4 by 5, which is going to be 20 centimeters squared. And then we have 11 total, which means we're going to have 6 on either side together. So each one of these is going to be, let's use red here, each one of these is going to be 3 centimeters, and this is 3 centimeters. So we have 3 times 4, and half of that, which is going to be 3 times 4 is 12, half of that is going to be 6 centimeters. And this one is going to be 3 times 4, half of that is 6 centimeters. So we're going to have 20 plus 6 is 26, plus 6, 32 32 square centimeters. Now, hopefully you understood that. If not, please talk to one of your table mates or come find Mr. Winkleman and he will help you. And that is the end of probably the longest video I will make for you. That was almost 10 minutes, over 10 minutes. I apologize. I try and keep them shorter than that. Get ready for video number 4.